Alright, hello. This is take 2. I recorded this, and then OBS just didn't pick up the audio, I guess. So, this time I checked, and I see the little audio thing is reacting to my voice now, so yay, we're good to go now. Anyways, I wanted to show how I put this animation together in After Effects. So the animation was all done in Clip Studio, and then I just sequenced those layers and then threw them into After Effects. But right now we're gonna play around with the background. The background here has like this nice texture in the back. So if I hop into one of these pre-composed layers, we can see the fractal noise that I applied to it. There it goes, effects, right there, fractal noise. Okay, let's hop over here. There we go. So fractal noise, you can change the type of noise you want. Ooh, that looks kind of cool. But yeah, I use dynamic on here. You can also change the texture around with evolution, and it will like change over time. But I'm just gonna keep it how it is for now. And I think in one of these layers what is it? Oh, right over here. Yeah. Ooh, that looks cool. These blue layers. These are like, what is it? Solids. So I just put them on top, and let's see what kind of layer style we have, or blending mode. Yeah, we have just multiply. So yeah, I put 2 of those on to make it all dark and kind of cool. And then if we hop up here, you can see there's a little bit of a highlight. You can see there's some particles. They're probably not super noticeable in this little segment, but they're there. If we get into one of these pre-composed layers, we can see the particle effects. I believe this layer is the, the reflection. So let's zoom in a little bit. Alright, zooming in here, we can see the reflection. Also, I'm not sure what it is about this layer that affects the layer above it. Okay, arrow, there we go. So yeah, if I turn this layer off, it makes the RGBs go a little crazy. But I like that it's more toned down up here, so I don't know what's happening there, but I'm sure I got an effect tucked away in here somewhere. But yeah, that makes the reflection. And then here's our first adjustment layer. So this adjustment layer is a vignette. So it's really bright right now, but if we just plug that in, it makes it all dark and moody, I guess. And here's the actual Starwuff. So there he is. I'm gonna revisit him later. So what I did for this layer in particular is I exported a sequence of the animation, but without the color, so it's just the line art of the character. So that's why the glow effect reacts to the actual line art of the character, opposed to like the whole thing with just the edges. But we just want it isolated to the fire here. And the layer styles, I just use outer glow. Yeah, I just used outer glow to make that effect. So this adjustment layer, this is what it looks like without it. And then if we add it, we get a little bit of an RGB effect here. Let's see, right up here. Yeah. So I really like playing with this effect because you can also deform the canvas of it, so you can like really stretch it out. And you can go really far to something that looks really weird. Okay, that's trippy. Cool. Okay, let's put it back. Uh-oh. There we go. So that's what this stylistic deform does. And you can also stretch the RGB effect more here, which this looks super cool too. But I like this. And if we jump back to this layer here, this is also a pre-composed layer. So there's a lot of stuff that went into making this actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and hide everything. Hide. Hiding that one. Okay. So this layer, this is what the animation looks like when I exported it from Clip Studio. So it's just green, and my initial idea was to just key out the green here, and then I could just plug in the rainbow. But that didn't quite work how I wanted it to, so what I ended up doing was copying another layer of the animation and placing it on top. So what I have here is the set mat, and a set mat basically acts like a clipping mask. So I wish they would just call it clipping mask, because that'd be so easy. And it'd just be so nice to just look up clipping mask. But, okay, set mat basically does the same thing. So you can change the source to other things, but I have it set to this layer 7 right here. So it's in the shape of the actual animation. So yeah, I have it set mat here. And this gradient ramp, it's just black and white. And then if you throw on Colorama, make the grayscale all colorful. So if we look, I think this one, no, right. Here we go. So yeah, you can change the colors here. There we go, yeah. So I can pick out a different color and just slap that on there. Okay, that one's not super noticeable. How about this one? This is pretty cool. I like that you can just change the colors here. I need to play with this more. And if we move up, I also have the particle effect here. I feel like the particle effect isn't super noticeable, but it's a nice thing to notice whenever you're like really looking at the animation. And then if we hop up here, this layer I have the green keyed out. So yeah, we have the key light. So you just click that and then you just key out all the green around the fire here. But when I was making this, I noticed something really weird with the color of the claws. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in. Alright, move there. Let's pick a frame where we can see all the claws. Okay, so we see the claws here. Now if we turn this off, actually no, we'll turn this on. Okay, so these are the colors I want, but this layer by itself, it looks like the key light just absorbed everything that was green, or everything that makes it green. So then it just makes everything have like this orange tint to it. So what I did to fix that was I threw on another layer, and I masked out parts that I didn't need. So now, if I were to pull this here, we can see there's still green where the flames are at. But if we go down here, the claws are the right color now. So I feel like there's probably a cleaner way to do this, but I'm not aware of that right now. But I just make do, and it works good enough for me. I also have the mask feathered, so it's nice and smooth, and you don't notice it too much. Yeah, it's really not that noticeable. Okay, future fiddle here. I forgot to add one more part. I also just had some of the driest pizza ever. The box said crispy on the outside and airy on the inside. It was certainly crispy on the outside. Yeah, the pizza was sadly burnt. Okay. Anyways, so I forgot to go over this last part, and it's my favorite part. So if we go up here to the Starwuff and actually go over him, let's pop this down. Layer styles. Layer styles are my favorite thing to play around with animation, because it helps really save time when it comes to animating shadows. And I mean, animating shadows, they're okay, but they definitely take time. But when you have layer styles, you could just pop some of these on and your animation looks pretty dynamic. So that's always nice. Bevel and emboss. That makes the outline, or not the outline, it makes like these highlights around the edge. So if you see like his arm right here, turn that on and off. There we go. So that makes a little bit of a highlight. There's also a shadow kind of back here. It's not super noticeable, but there's a shadow. And then inner glow. Inner glow kind of acts more like a gradient, although, and you can set the inner glow to the edges or inside. I have it set to the edges right now, but if you go on the inside or center, it changes where the glow is originating. So I'll put that back on the edge because I think that looks really cool. And lastly, inner shadow. Inner shadow is probably my favorite layer style to play around with and add, because you can do a lot with it. You can change the distance. You can change the angle of it, so it looks like the shadow is shining from the back, maybe. Alright, let's do that. There we go. Yeah. You can also change the hardness of the shadow, or they would call it size. But yeah, you can make it like really hard. You can also change the layer style. Let's go to color dodge. See that makes it a little darker. That looks really weird. That looks kind of washed out. Oh yeah, you can also change the color too. Nah, I don't like that. That wraps everything up. I guess drink water. Bye bye.